guys, we can see the dollar yen actually being a potential sell today. The dollar is strongest sell, and the yen is actually it's in the mixed section. But however, dynamically, it's the strongest for us in order to buy. In that the retail guys have shorted it the most. In fact, Aussie could just be winning actually, but yen is looking strong because what's happened is that the retail guys have they've sold it. So if they sell it, it should go up, and they've gone long the USD. So USD yen could fall. If that's the case, it's going to possibly drag the other cross yen down. Note that the yen technical relative strength is very strong. It's the strongest, and the USD is the weakest. So that proves that the bubbles are they have logic, and they do work. So the retail guys are long dollar. What happens to price? And they're short yen. What happens to price? Right. So this is why the bubbles are amazing. Okay, just a little bit of information here. This could be like a risk event. He's just pushing, the US. Basically, because Biden's got his midterm elections, he doesn't want to be seen as like a weak leader. Putin knows this, and he's going to push his buttons. I think so. It's going to be potentially a little bit of a risk scenario. North Korea fired off a possible missile. South Korea says so. There are things going on, slightly worrying, and I think we're going to shrug off that. Boris Johnson news. He said he couldn't remember if he was at the party. So I don't know what to say about that. But he did commit an illegal act. He committed a felony, so should be in trouble really. But so that's a little bit of information. So maybe a little bit of a risk-off theme going on. Especially if the dollar yen falls, it could drag the yen complex down with it. I'll do the yen pairs. Actually, before we do that, let's have a look at the calendar, because I haven't checked the calendar. There you go. We should wouldn't do that. We should just do the high severity by default. GDP UK, GDP Germany, retail sales, and consumer sentiment in Michigan. So fairly busy day in Europe, and at 1:30, 3 o'clock in the States. Okay. Close that, probably close that, and I'm going to be looking at these bubbles today. So bring this over. Let's have a look at dollar yen. We'll start with dollar yen. There we go. It's fallen quite a lot yesterday. Yeah. So there's monthly pivot. Right. So what you want to try and do is get this to become a sell. So then it flips over 50%. And then you'd sell it, because then it would mean that they were trapped. Okay, so you want to do the opposite of the majority. Currently it is a buy, but it's so close to 50-50. But we did breach monthly pivot. SSC is 114.31, 113.47. Now, because we hit MR1, we should target monthly pivot. Because we're below monthly pivot, we should target the support. So 113.38. It's possible. Especially if the bubbles are gonna, if they work out, which they should do, but we have to remember it is Friday, and sometimes the retail guys get paid on Friday, so they can come back to the casino on Monday. So just bear that in mind. We're below monthly pivot, but ideally we'd want that to flip over to sell. Ideally, do euro yen. I think there was some resistance overhead, if I remember from yesterday. Yeah, so this held, and we broke that demand support. Let's have a look. SOC above fairly large, 131.70. One below is 130.35. You have to try and work out why they've got it there. They'll be looking left, and they normally use the hourly time frame. Like I found, the retail guys, they don't really look at high time frames, but it's easier for us to look at low time frames for the stocks clusters. So that's the euro yen. Resistance 130.63, volume node here. So they did alright, didn't they? Yeah, nice move that. Pound yen. I think we're probably going to shrug off that Boris Johnson thing. But yeah, I don't know. Well, I mean, we are falling, but we've got support here, haven't we? So if you remember my videos today, I was saying how this is going to hold. and it did, and we did fall quite a bit. And now, like the euro yen, we've broken that support. Perhaps if we zoom out, yeah, it's saying this is support, so you can see. Look at that candle work. Look right here. So that's obviously key, isn't it? So keep an eye on 156.02. If we go below that, we'll get this stop loss cluster, but we are about at the high level. AJ. And where are we? 84 and 82. Oh. 82.50, and we are a buy, and we held this support quite well. That's what it's suggesting, is that that's going to be a key support, and you know, it did hold. A little bit of a fakey move there, perhaps, just to get rid of some positions, and we're having that support. So I assume we'll probably come up to the resistance. I don't know if we'll get that SLC above 84. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. You have to try and work out why they've got their stop loss clusters there. That's quite an interesting thing. It'll be based on like the order book. I don't know why they wouldn't have had it like there, for example, but you know, maybe that's too far. So that's just that. I won't make it a long video today. It doesn't really need to be long. And I wish you all a good weekend. If you need me to do any charts, just let us know. I won't mind at all. And there's your SLCs as well for Euro USD. It's miles away, 116, and one below is 113.35 pound, and then I'll wrap up. And let's see, yeah, still mega strong, aren't we? SLC above is 137.50, and one below is 136.93. So have a good weekend. We'll be looking at the COT data. Remember, the COT data was strong on the USD. However, quite a few things have materialised this week, especially with the CPI, and we had that Powell talk as well, because he is a little bit more dovish than the market anticipated. So he wouldn't actually give us like a definite timeline on the QT, which is quantitative tightening. Because of that, it took the market by surprise again. So it's going to be quite tricky. Maybe the dollar might have peaked on the COT data, but we'll wait and see when it comes out tonight, and I'll compile something for you guys for Sunday. And have a good weekend, and enjoy yourselves, and I'll speak to you soon.